boys and girls, it's Miss Minor. Today we're going to look at lesson 14 from module 3. Model numbers with more than 9 ones or 9 tens. Write in expanded, unit, standard, and word forms. We are learning to read and write numbers to 1,000 so we can understand and represent numbers in different forms. And we know we are successful when we can read and write numbers to 1,000 using base 10 numerals, number names, expanded form, and unit form. And we have Perry the place value robot to help us with those terms. Remember, number form is where we write our number using digits. Base 10 form is where we use a drawing using our flats, longs, and cubes to represent the number. Expanded form where we break down that number into our place values and add them together. And then word form, where we take the digits and write them in words. For our fluency, we're going to relate facts within 20. I'm going to give you a subtraction problem. And when I snap my fingers, you're going to give me the answer and then turn it into an addition problem. So for example, if I said 10 minus 6, when I snap, you would say 4. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Are you ready? 8 minus 3. 5. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 13 minus 7. 6. 6 plus 7 equals 13. 11 minus 8. 3. 3 plus 8 equals 11. 15 minus 9. 6. 6 plus 9 equals 15. 16 minus 8. 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 14 minus 4. 10. 10 plus 4 equals 14. 12 minus 5. 7. 7 plus 5 equals 12. 17 minus 5. 12. 12 plus 5 equals 17. 18 minus 9. 9. 9 plus 9 equals 18. 19 minus 4. 15. 15 plus 4 equals 19. Very good. There's also a sprint for today's lesson in case you want to continue working on your fluency. Let's take a look at our application problem. A second grade class has 23 students. What is the total number of fingers of all the students? Well, first off, how many fingers do we have? We have 10. So we need to count 23 students, and we need to make sure we have them with 10 fingers. So we're going to use place value discs, and we're going to use the tens one to show a 10 for each student. So let's count out our 23 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are our 23 students. Now we need to figure out the total number of fingers. So let's count this first row of 10 and let's see how many that 10 students has. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So these 10 students have 100 fingers. Let's count our next group of 10 students. How many fingers do you think they're going to have? Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I bet you were guessing that that was going to be 100 because this group of 10 was 100. Now we have our other 3 students. How many fingers do they have together? Let's count. 10, 20, 30. They have 30 fingers. So if we add all of those up, 100 plus 100 plus 30, how many fingers do they have all together? 230. Now, we need to write that using a statement in a complete sentence. So what is the total number of fingers of all the students? Altogether, they have 230 fingers. Let's take a look at today's concept. How would we show the number 14 using our place value discs? Well, let's think about this. Is this a 1-digit, 2-digit, or 3-digit number? It's a 2-digit number, so we're going to use tens and ones. So let's start with our tens place, and we're going to start counting at 10 and then go up until we get to 14. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What discs did we use from greatest to least? So how many tens discs did we use? We used 1 10. And how many ones discs did we use? We used 4 ones. We just wrote the number 14 in unit form. 1 10, 4 ones is how we show 14 in unit form. Now, I want to change that 1 10 to 10 ones. What is the value of those 14 ones? So I now have 14 ones. How much is that worth? Well, we have to count them by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 ones is worth 14. How would we show the number 140 using place value discs? Again, we have to think, is it a 1-digit, 2-digit, or 3-digit number? It's 3 digits, so we're going to start in the hundreds place. We have 100, and now we need to go to our tens. 110, 120, 130, 140. What discs did we use from greatest to least? So how many hundreds did I use? 100. And how many tens? 4 tens. So 140 in unit form is 104 tens. Now, I want to change this 100 into 10 tens. How many tens do we have now? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We now have 14 tens. How much is that worth? How do we find out? We count them. Let's count them. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130, 140. So 14 tens can equal 140. I thought 104 tens equals 140. Oh, I forgot we exchanged that 100 for 10 tens. So it can be either way. Let's try the number 512. How are we going to show 512? Again, we have to think. Is it a 1-digit, 2-digit, or 3-digit number? 3-digit, so we're going to start in our hundreds place. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Now when you go to our tens, 510, 511, 512. What discs did we use from greatest to least? How many hundreds do we have? 5 hundreds. How many tens did we use? 1 10. And how many ones did we use? 2 ones. So 512 in unit form can be 5 hundredths, 1 10, and 2 ones. Now let's take that 10 and exchange it for 10 ones. Now, what discs did we use? We have 500 still, but how many ones do we have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we have 500s and 12 ones. That's another way to show 512 in unit form. So today you have your problem set where you can practice these skills, your exit ticket, and a homework page. So we were learning to read and write numbers to 1,000 so we can understand and represent numbers in different forms. And we know we are successful when we can read and write numbers to 1,000 using base 10 numerals, number names, expanded form, and unit form. And if you have any questions about any of those forms, make sure to ask your teacher. There's also those games on SplashLearn.com and ABCU you can be practicing from. I'll see you next time.